All right, so this week we're going to focus on finding sources that help answer your research question, but to do that, we're going to need to learn how to search in library databases. But what is a library database? A library database is basically a searchable collection of information, much like an internet search engine like Google, but with more carefully curated content. The information that you'll find in a database comes in multiple kinds of formats, like the ones that we learned earlier in this semester. So things like scholarly journal articles, magazine articles, trade publication articles, and newspaper articles. You'll also find things like encyclopedia entries, primary sources, historical newspapers, and photographs in library databases, depending on which one you're searching. There are several kinds of library databases, and I like to group them into three basic categories. The first category is single subject databases. These databases cover a single subject area, like psychology or environmental science. These databases cover that topic in great depth. They typically include scholarly journal articles or trade publication articles, but other ones might search magazine articles or primary source documents. Examples of this kind of database include Environment Complete, Sport Discus, or political science abstracts. The second kind of library database is a multi-subject or general purpose database. These databases are interdisciplinary and cover a wide variety of topics. Most of these general purpose databases will include scholarly articles and magazine articles, and some include things like newspapers and trade publication journals as well. While most people will find articles that answer their research questions in a general purpose database, if you're researching something that's super niche or specific, you might be better off searching in a subject-specific database. So some examples of multi-subject databases include Academic Search Complete or Premier, and ProQuest. Finally, one misconception that I hear quite often is that most students think that all library databases search scholarly journal articles, and that's not necessarily true. There are several databases that I categorize as just other, because these databases don't contain things like scholarly articles, but instead specialize in other kinds of content, like primary source documents, or videos, or encyclopedia articles, or historical newspapers. Examples of this kind of database might include things like ArtStore, which just searches photographs of art, or Statista, which is a data visualization database. The library has over 250 databases, so it can be hard to choose which one you want to search. We often direct students to things like the ZSR homepage, or databases like Academic Search Premier and ProQuest as a general rule, but don't be afraid of the subject-specific databases either. One of the videos that you'll watch later will cover how to find subject-specific databases.